Hello, everybody, and welcome to the League Zero to Hero Goat Showcase. I'm Mob, here play-by-play casting with my casting partner, Karma.
Oh, how are you doing today, Mob?
I'm doing great, and honestly, I'm pretty excited to see some real veterans going at each other today.
Oh yeah, same here.
This match, we have Chimp Club on one side against MI7 on the other. A name probably seeming at least similar for those of you in chat who know League Zero. Similar to the team MI6 from years past. Carmen, how do you feel this is going to go today?
Well, obviously we're gonna see a lot of goats, so I think it's gonna be a lot of fun being able to cast it since we haven't really played goats unless like you count pugs since about 2017 or not 2017, 2018. So it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun just watching it, sit back, relax, and enjoy to watch some ultimates get thrown at each other.
Yeah, 2019, the year of goats. It's been a while, and honestly, I'm happy to relive it through this event. For
Oh,
those of you who don't know in chat, goats is a composition made up by solely in this tournament Rhine, Zarya, Diva, Zenyatta, Brigitte, and Lucio. And in this event, we're going to see only those heroes played.
yep, OG goat, not really OG goats, sort of Zen goats, which is a lot more bursty in my opinion. Original goats technically had a Moira instead of a Zenyatta, and then they sort of switched it out to Zen, Ana, sometimes Moira. But this patch we're sort of exclusively sticking to the Zenyatta comp.
Yes, we're kind of going with the most refined version of goats, as we've seen throughout the stages of the Overwatch League. Many people have refined this composition to its absolute maximum, but enough talking. We are going to map 1, Lijiang Tower. Take it away, Carmen.
Yep, Lijiang Tower. First off is Garden, which it's gonna be. We're gonna look for some boops, especially early, to hopefully start off with. I really hope that some Lucius are able to hit the rollout, maybe get a boop or two off the map, and just roll the team.
Yeah, just to remind you guys, there are certain changes reverted to the original goats instead of the current modern day iterations in Overwatch 1. Feel free to go watch the video if you don't know about that. Yes. Um, but an interesting storyline here is we have some players that everyone might know in the chat, but regardless, looks like we're about to start.
Yep, 5 seconds.
Kama, what are they looking to do in this first fight?
Looking to do this first fight is take control of Little Tower. I call it, or White Room, which it looks like they're going to first.
Yeah, they're already getting their diva already far up ahead, and looks like they've taken early control of White Room, pushing out the other side. And oh, Weird Buffett already gets the D-Mech onto Oats, and down that diva mech means they're going to very much be at a disadvantage in this fight. Without the defense matrix, they can push hard, but there is a counter push coming in. Sam, Weird Buff all falling so quickly. Pixel Mastermind to find that kill. The Zarya taking out their counterpart, and this fight is already cleaned up.
Oh yeah. Uh, Chimp Club was able to take control, even though Oats lost their Diva Mech first. They will just sort of sit back, gain some damage, and then as soon as MI7 started to try to engage, they just exploded on them from each side. They sort of just pinchered them.
Yeah, Sham Club's a decisive first fight win, and now they can come in with this big Earth Shadow. It charges up fast, and he's slamming. It's huge! Big 6-man Earth Shadow. Absolutely wiped solo, taking 5 of those kills, and Perry absolutely just stealing the ace.
Yep. Even Sam is saying MTD in the chat. Yeah, that was a huge shatter by Solo, getting basically all 5 of them just on the ground right away, and then a nice, easy, clean team fight.
But there is a counter shot here, and the fight is already going on. Oats has been shadowed, and Solo is off the map along with Oats. What a huge boop. Like, as the grab comes out to try and clutch it, but the beat is counted, and down 4 people. The rally is off by Theta. Weird Buffett and Laura do fall. This is an even fight. 4-4. Zap killing Sam, but Trans comes out from the other side. They have to sustain, but not the damage. The Zarya is still alive in the fight. I need to pump out that damage. Already almost to another Graviton Surge. As the Shadow comes down with the bomb, it's only 1 kill on Perry, but that might be enough to come back in. Theta getting pushed back. Bubble already being extended, but looks like Chimps have had the revamp. It almost goes off the map. Weird Buffett does. Chief falling off though instead, but this Lucio is is playing so aggressive, gets zapped. They're down the Zarya. They have the damage. The grab comes out solo onto solo. The beat is come in counter. And they're not really able to get anything done with all of those ultimates. Now that MI7's out of ultimates, but Chimp has some in the bank ready to go. Solo looking for this Earth Shadow, and he finds Sam with a Fire Strike. The Transcendence comes in, actually killing him alive. Shadow slamming 2 of them to the ground. And the Diva Bomb not even needed as the percentage goes up to 95.
Yeah, we saw the struggle of the bridge on Garden. Just getting, I think we got 4 or 5 boops just off the map.
It was crazy.
It's insane how you can get so much advantage from Lucio just being able to just boot people off the map, especially since I believe in this one, the Ryan doesn't have steadfast, which makes him able to be, makes him able to be booped off a lot more rather than nowadays where you boop him and it's basically like you boop him an inch, whereas now he's just getting booped all the way around.
Yes, but we were talking on Gardens, the wide open space, beautiful nature, and now we're entering the technological center of Control Center.
Yep, they're gonna fight for this little mini portion right above the point. I honestly feel like whoever gets to the other side first wins. Like we saw that first that Chimp Club was able to get to control of white first, and they just able to just steamroll at 100-0.
Diva's getting there first using all the Matrix, but Weird Buff was playing a very aggressive position. Both bubbles come out, and Weird Buff is able to get the better of Solo in the main tank battle this time, now down to Reinhardt. But the Zarya kill does come back. There's a lot of damage missing with Weird Buff falling. What a ton from Chimp. They're able to take down both main tanks on the side of MI7, and it looks like this is just going to be simple cleanup for them.
Yeah, Zappy getting both the Zen and the Brig. Just even though they lost the Ryan first, they showed that you don't need the Ryan. You just need a Zarya with high charge to be able to win the team fight.
Zappy really showing dominance, over 65% above Laura in this Graviton Surge charge, as they're probably going to look for a Grav Bomb here. Is the fight already underway? Sam pushing forward, getting the good bash. Oates is out of the mech, but the Grav does come clean. Chief follows with the mech loss as both Divas down. With the Transcendence on the side of Basket, it does able to keep them up, but they can't push through because what a boot from Pixel Master to keep them back. The Shadow right into the blockade. The Transcendence countered from parry, so Chimps can go aggressive here. The shield falling super low. Weird Buff falls with it. Theta able to get that kill as they're retreating back into spawn. MI7 once again pushed back by the likes of Chimp Club.
Oh yeah, Sam died first there. He got a little bit aggressive over to this Rover and just sort of died because he was out of position. And Chimp Club was able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, but already coming back in. The Ghost is so quick. Both rallies coming up from the other side. You can see by that effect. The Grav comes clean. Solo falls. The beats get traded out as the Grav is just not good enough from Zappy. But the bomb comes through with the Shadow. And that is Chimp's just falling to the ground. Oates does get Weird Buff with a nice bomb placement. But I don't think it's going to be enough. As MI7 take the first cap of the match.
Even Weird Buff is saying my bad on the stream. But yeah, that was the first fight that MI7 actually was able to win in this tournament so far. And they had to throw Shatter. They had to throw almost every single ult they had into it. They only have Transcendence now to hold them off.
Yeah, but Transcendence could be enough. Getting the percentage up on the board is all that really matters on this control. As Sam is playing this off angle as the team goes out. Armor pack already expanded, as you can tell by that effect. And the Lucio's going deep, getting Basket. What a play from Pixel Master. Pretty big support diff though, but as I say that, it looks like Chimp Club is still turning it with huge kills left and right. And it's just a Lucio. In a blink of an eye, the team has been disintegrated as there's just Riz left standing.
Oh yeah, Basket dying first, that's their main source of damage other than the Zarya. And with him dying first, that's a quarter of your damage already gone. Especially with Discord.
Yeah, now Solo kind of taking a little bit back because they were down so many. Pixel Master a little bit caught out, but had to force that bubble out. Now they're playing aggressive. The grab continued. What a play from Chief. That grab, such a huge play. But the Transcendence is on the other side of the wall. Perry regretting being in that position as he did pop the Transcendence, but due to the lack of line of sight, there's no healing gone. As MI7 was able to take another fight, but they're against the wall.
Oh yeah, that was a very good grab from Lore. Like, just being able to get even though I don't think he really meant to get Perry on the other side of the wall, you know he's going to be taking that one completely. Oh,
speaking of Perry, what a pick from Buff to get Perry. I don't even know how that happened. It looks like it was an off angle.
Yeah, it looks like he was a little bit overextended over in the right room, so he just and Weird Buff was able to get a good sagger
Oh,
on him.
oh, the flank. Oh, they see
Oh, they
him. It's
see
been
it.
spotted. Weird buff looking for some weird plays as he's going. He's pushed back. He's gonna have to look for something big. The bomb comes up, and weird buff's already dead. And this is what a weird position for these guys to be on the edge of the map, solo knocked down as just a cluster. The rallies and beats comes down. Bagriz gets a
Oh,
proof on the parry, but a huge grab on the other side. The rank just swim through as it's just Chimps able to clean it up. And with 99 percentage on the board, Weird Buff is the only one to stand. The lone Reinhardt with the shadow does get two, but doesn't matter as the Chimps take map one in decisive fashion.
yeah, they did have a good even though Weird Buff was out of position there on like the outside left hand side. Picks or the Lucio could have gone for a boop there, and he just wasn't able to get it. He got the Zen, and that was about it. Oh, and here comes a big shatter from Solo.
Yeah,
Oh
what a
man.
play, man. It's as someone who played a lot of Reinhardt Goats, it's not often you get the 6-minute shadow, and boy, does it feel good.
Oh yeah, you're bringing in some new tech too with the jump shatter as well.
Yeah, pulling, really seeing that bumper mentality. As Chimp Club, we didn't really speak on it, but are the SR favorite to win this match? I do think MI7 had some really strong moments there.
Oh yeah, they were able to take some good fights. They obviously in map on Garden they weren't able to really catch the fight or get a team win, but they had some good chances to be able to do so. They just weren't able to fully capitalize onto it.
Yeah, going into this, I think MI7, they had a lot of decisive positioning. But there are times, especially on that last fight, where they had all 6 players and got the pick on a parry, but still decided to not hold that front choke. And I think that could be what MI7 need to do, be a little bit more decisive and upfront in the positioning. Ghost is an aggressive comp. And I think they need to really embrace that.
Oh yeah, it's Ghost is very much so a lot about just getting that choke points, holding those choke points forever, pinching them a little bit, but being super aggro, holding the choke points, being able to slam onto each other. And they did good on Control Center. They were able to take some fights, get some good picks, actually win a team fight or two, and then they just sort of threw it away by not holding in that early choke point onto on Control Center. They got the pick on parry. They should have just pushed into them and just sort of held them down, but they sort of started taping the S key and just went back into sort of and just sort of gave them that choke point, gave them that choke hold to sort of roll them through.
Yeah, but we do have, as MI7 lost the first map meeting, they get the next map pick, which is hybrid. And of course, you cannot have a Ghost tournament without King's Row.
No.
And we will be going for King's Row.
Yeah, King's Row, one of the I still gotta say it's one of the best maps in the entire game.
Oh, it's
It's
iconic.
It's iconic. When you think of Overwatch, you think of Kings Row. The plays that came out here with Surefour's Widow, obviously we won't see that because you can't pick Widow in this, but I'm wondering how they're going to play it. Are they going to sort of try to hold the high ground, maybe get some rotations on? But I hope that MI7 is able to maybe take what they learned from Control Center, get some confidence rolling, and then just be able to take some team fight and get some wins.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think we definitely, well, we won't see the great bamboozle. We might see some good bamboozles here, as I know a lot of players on both of these teams have some very interesting strategies in mind.
Oh yeah, I honestly feel like if you don't play goats to feed, you're not playing goats. That's my point of view with it.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely what we're going to see here. We saw some pretty decisive and quick moving ultimates from both sides, but what I really want to see more is more coordination between them. I think during the later half of Goats' lifetime, we saw a lot of combination ultimates, specifically around the power of a Diva Bomb combined with Shadow or Graph. I think we need to see more of that from one of these teams to really take this home.
I mean, we did see some of it on
Yeah,
Garden.
definitely.
We had the Shatter Bomb, which it didn't really kill them because it was sort of misplaced, but it was able to boop at least I think one or two off of the map, and it was already they had some good combos, but as we go to pause here, but they just weren't able to capitalize. Like you can see them starting to remember how to sort of play goats in this. I don't think they've really scrimmed it all that much because goats hasn't really been around since 2019. But you can see them starting to have fun, start to try to remember how the calling does and everything like that.
Yeah, I think they really just need to get back in it, and once they do, it's kind of a click in your brain. As someone who's played Goat since Roblox, it's a lot of fun, especially for that Reinhardt position. I think that's something we definitely took a good look at, the battle between Wheelbuff and Solo. But I think where the real change was in the Zarya's, that first map, Zappy was really, and for the most part for Control Center, Zappy was really controlling that Zarya battle. But
Oh yeah,
I think they definitely pulled it back near the second half.
yeah, you saw it on Control Center. You lose Solo first. He goes down. Okay, what do we do now? We sat on Zappy. I think he gets three, maybe four picks in that. Maybe he gets some assists. Like he already basically has the graph by fight two. Like I think he was at like 90%, whereas the other Zarya was at like 25. So it's you're able to see the sort of differences between the playstyles where it's like even though okay, our main tank went down, we gotta rely on our Zarya, which is our high damage.
Yeah, as we all know, GOATS is a very steamroller competition. I mean, composition where we've seen Chimp take these first fights every time, and they seem to steamroll the position. MI7 will win a few fights, but they will have to use everything to do that. And when they do, the steamroll just comes back the other way.
Oh yeah, like even though MI7 they did get some good picks, they just weren't able to completely steamroll. Chip Club was able to just come back and be able to just absolutely explode into them and just destroy them basically.
Yeah, we do have an R from Weird Buff as we do look to come back in. And I think despite the SR difference of about 700 on average, these are pretty even teams.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how they play on Kings Row, especially since I know back when I did play, which is very surprising, but I actually played. Like when everybody would try to get Kings Row as last map on scrims because you would want to run goats. Everybody wants to play scrims row because it's one of the most balanced maps I feel like in this entire game. And I hope we're able to see this again today in this match.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's gonna be playing the same positions.
Sam
And
is Sam switched over to the Lucio. Pretty sure I saw him on the Brig last map.
oh yeah, Sam was on Brig. Glizzy and Sam looking to switch roles. Maybe a little bit of communication there. Big fire strike from Webuff. As Webuff goes through, Solo already going in hard. Following Zappy is the one who's actually low. Solo gets escorted and is just getting melted down without the Zarya. They're down so much damage that they're forced to back off. And fight one just goes so quickly. I
Oh
say
yeah,
that as Webuff is going straight in. He's going deep, he's getting low, but he's getting pressured. And that's a big turning point as Zappy does come back alive and they're already down to Reinhardt. Webuff following the shadow is able to get four.
God.
What a big shadow. As that's basically just locking up point A on its own. What a play from Solo.
Oh yeah. You know how I said last map that they should have taken some space on Control Center? This time they get a pick on the Zappy and they go too far. They gotta find that middle ground where they're able to control that choke point. They just overextended a little bit and they weren't expecting that damage. And then Weird Buff died and they just got steamrolled.
Yeah, and speaking of, we already have another fight as Webuff is just swinging through with the shadow and goes so big, but the Transcendence is there to counter the pin. Brings the Transcendence far away as Perry goes back into the backline, but now they have no Transcendence for this grab bomb combo. Solo not able to block it as Sam gets a double kill with the booth. As Chief does end up falling, the beat actually does come out for Pixel Master, but a little bit too late.
Yeah, that's a good team fight. That's a very good combo. Sam did get a double kill with the boop, which I want to see.
And a third one
got
on
it
the
on a
Diva.
third and a third now, but it was a very good team fight. They were able to combo the Zarya and the Diva combo, the Zarya and Diva bomb, but they are waiting for two of their supports to come back, so they sort of have to give up this library choke.
Yeah, and Solo just swinging onto Webuff, forcing that Transcendence. They do have both, not both, but two support ultimates online. As Sam, look at this shadow. What another six-man shadow for Solo. He can't keep getting away with this.
Oh, Solo already proving why he's. Oh, they're chasing this Lucio so far back.
All the way.
But all the way back. But yeah, Solo already proving why he looks the way that he does. He's already gotten what, 2 6-man shatters in 2 maps? I want to see if he can get a third.
Yeah, it looks like Pixel has been found out though.
Yeah.
Looking to
know
go
that
back
they're up
in.
here.
Yeah, What is that? What are they doing here? A flank trans? The beat, they go aggressive. They can't keep the front line up as the Shadow gets full, but the Transcendence is able to keep them alive. The charge goes through onto the Zen again, but Theta did fall. And now that the Transcendence is over once again, they get grabbed, but this time they don't have a beat to save them. As the Shadow does get blocked by Weird Buff, but Oats with the double kill, not enough. And MI7 will take this fight.
That's a very good being able to sort of just hold them off, I guess. I don't know what. No. Oh, no. Staggering Oats. I don't really know what Oats and Perry were doing in the backline. I guess they were trying to go for a nice little flank Discord and big shatter. But Weird Buff was literally going to shatter. Oh, no.
Solo goes for the pin onto the ground, but Laura is the one to find too. And while both teams are down the line, Chief does eat Zappy's grab. What a play. The rally comes out from Grizz as the bomb does not get anything, but this is a mindless fight. Pixel Master taking the one-on-one with the rallying Brig. Sam falls, Zappy falls. I would take that trade any day. Zappy is way more important, but the big grab, 4 of them in it. The beat is able to counter. The Transcendence comes out for basket. It's just pandemonium on the card here. Looks like both teams are about even. Oats does lose the mech, and the Shadow gets blocked. Trading 1-to-1 left and right, but the Transcendence might put them over the edge. Weird Buff getting pressured out. Falls with the Shadow, actually killing Basket. Oh, well, that wasn't a one-shot Shadow. That just shows you how low Basket was.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that Chimp was able to turn that. They staggered Oats, but Oats was able to just run it back into their team, and they didn't kill him fast enough. So they just sort of ran into 6 people, and they just got picked off one by one.
Yeah, you definitely got to be careful about that, where staggering a Diva is a good idea, but you don't want to go too far. Solo does get a huge fire strike, almost up to another Shadow, and Weird Buff falls very quick. I didn't even expect that. Grizz already in the mess of it, as they're already down too. The both shields are gone as they retreat. MI7 retreats back and spawn for the third point horn. They actually have no one on cart.
Oh yeah, they don't have anybody on cart. Normally it's a Zen's job, but I guess Perry is getting a little bit too trigger happy, and oh no, Solo. Oh, he got found out, but he still gets one.
He gets one shot, but they grab him. Ooh, Lower probably wishing they had that grab back. That kill on Solo, though, is big as he's doing so much work. But MI7 is able to push back now without that Reinhardt shield and power. Speaking of Reinhardt shield, Weird Buff doesn't have it as Pixel Master looking for that boost top. Solo is already back to the fight, and they've lost all the positioning advantage. Well, Zappy does fall. They use the grab, and the beat does get countered, but I don't think they were in any danger at all. Basket uses Transcendence, and Perry has the counter. It's just healing and rallies everywhere. No one's going to die anytime soon, but that time soon is now as Theta gets pinned against the wall. Bomb gets thrown into them, and MI7 is looking for the spawn camp. But this fight is over, but they do... Oh, they find Perry.
They find Perry. Oh, no. Now should back up. Okay. There we go. I think they finally understood their limits, where they know how to go back now.
What can MI7 do here?
Honestly, this is one of the better choke points to hold, especially on point 3. You got them around the corner. It's a very hard choke point to break if they're able to. Oh,
they're looking for the Shadow, big grab. They're not able to stop it, but Weird Buff turned his shield and he gets a huge Shadow, but Chief is able to find 2. Weird Buff gets stunned out of the Shadows, back and forth, but it looks like MI7 will be taking it with only a Lucio to heal them. It's only the tanks and Lucio alive at the side of MI7 as Oats is getting staggered once again, but at least this time, they can jump off the map.
Oh, yeah. That was a very good play for Chimps, but MI7 was able to hold on to it.
They're finally able to get the steamroll.
Oh, yeah. They were able to sort of control the team fight right there. Chief does have this bomb at 10%, which I'm looking for. It could be huge.
Yeah, as this bomb is starting to get charged up, Pixel Master does have that beat to counter anything as they choose to go aggressive as Weird Buff charges into the back line and immediately pays for it. The beat is a little bit too late from Sam, trying to build it up as fast as possible. Basket has the trans, and so does Perry, but it's not going to really matter. Down that Reinhardt and down the Zarya. This bomb has to be huge, and it does get the break. The grab comes down from Zappy, not able to find anyone. But it is still the huge advantage for Chips. Oh, but yeah. Oats. What is Oats doing? Oats goes into the spawn, uses the bomb to get back into the mech, and they only have 4 people as MI7 do have the respawns. Shadow gets blocked. Sam gets killed as the Transcendence from both sides neglects the grab. The rally from Theta is going to keep them along up after this rally. Lower down and bubbles the Shadow. Nothing to stop it as it's just all Chimps all day.
Oh, yeah.
Going through... Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Weird Buff was just a little bit too aggro on that push. Didn't get the beat from Sam, and they just sort of steamrolled him. They were able to hold on to it for so long that they were able to just keep rolling after that one pick.
Yeah, I think Solo, the thing Solo is getting away with sometimes, Winbuff wants to follow, do the same thing, but I think Solo's team is a little bit more around him and prepared for his antics, and that's kind of keeping him alive in a lot of these circumstances.
Oh yeah, Solo looks like he knows how what he can get away with a lot more than Weird Buff. Weird Buff is going for these weird plays, which obviously is part of his name, but he's not being able to get away with it because I feel like he doesn't understand what his team limitations are. Now I don't want to say that he's not a good player because obviously he is, but you need to be able to understand what you can get away with, what you can got. Right now, Chip Club is just being able to just roll them over because he's getting too aggressive sometimes.
Yeah, well, we are focusing a lot on that Ryan and Zarya matchup, but I do want to give amazing props to the rest of the players on the team. Sam, Grizzy, Basket, Chief, along with Perry, Theta, Pixel, and Oats are able to really, the reason we're not pointing too much to is it's pretty even between both of the teams. Despite who's winning the fight, both supports, I'm sorry, all three supports and Diva on each other's team, respective teams, seem to be building up the ultimates at an equal time.
Oh yeah, both divas have eaten what one grav bomb so far in each map, so they're able to prove their worth, and it's going pretty good.
Oh, Solo hiding, looking for the pin as he gets booted back, and the pin not able to get anything done, but the bubble does expand. Weird Buff looking for an even further pin, but this time he's going to get punished as once again we see Weird Buff not being able to get away with it, but Theta does pay with their life. But that's a trade that you can take. The Brig is very important. Sam going a little bit over aggro, and that is going to just seal this fight for MI7.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like a perfect example where I don't think he was trying to go all the way in there, but he just sort of went a little bit too far and just couldn't get away with it.
He probably expected a counter charge now.
Oh yeah.
Alright, and Solo looking, swinging through. Oh, falling super low, having to hold that shield. Weird Buff getting booped into the team. The charge, Chief. But this time Solo's the one in the back line, but Weird Buff is the one in the back line. As the grab comes in to keep the other side, both lines falling. The Transcendence able to match the grab. But Chief is the one in the back line. The beat is countered. The Transcendence. Perry doesn't have the trans available, but the rally is the one that's answered the trans. There's nothing to stop this bomb. But it's a little bit too high as both bombs find nothing. Oats gets back into the back. The beat comes out from the side of MI7. They look like they have more sustain. Zappy falling low. The shadow comes out. Finds two. Brig will fall. Grizzly not able to stay alive. Laura is out of the bubbles as Solo and Weird Buff back into this fight. The Discord, though, is too much damage onto Weird Buff. As the Barry does fall down, the rally on the side of Theta is just enough to keep them going to this fight. But the Grav could turn it. I don't see any damage, though, as Laura does fall. Solo is a pick at the end, but nothing more will come for this fight.
Yeah, no, they did get 90%, or just a little bit under 90%, which is a good sort of team fight for about 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Like, getting 90% in 2 minutes, that's pretty good, especially in GOATs, where it's just going to be alt, all the time. Weird
Yeah, but Solo's here on a huge shadow. Lucio went back, but it's not enough as Perry and Zabi both fall, and the rest of the team is just a follow. There's nothing. The shadow from Solo, he would need a miracle, and that miracle will not come.
Yeah, that was a big play by Weird Buff. Finally able to, I think that's his sort of first big shatter that he had. Like, he's gotten some big ones. So that's like the one time that he's able to get a team fight. Solo does have his shatter now, so I'm looking for maybe a re-engage with that.
Yeah, I think Weird Buff has been, well, he hasn't gotten the 6-man. He's been a little bit more consistent with his. And now Solo looking for, this is his chance. He needs a big shot here to turn the tides, but they do have a lot of ultimates.
Oh, yeah. Sam up here is looking for a boop in him. If he can find it, maybe try to get a pick on the Solo.
Double grab, they're right next to each other. Double grab, double bomb, double trans. It's double everything in Pandemonium, but MI7 is the ones who are coming out on top as Oats and Solo do both fall. They keep going deep in, it's not going to matter.
Oh, no. MI7 was able to basically just take it right there. It was basically double everything, but since they're on attack, they had a little bit more of everything since they used the rally and they used the Transcendence, whereas Theta didn't even have the rally up yet. They're still about 10% away. Solo is still holding on to the shatter, so I wonder how long they're gonna have to hold on to it. Whereas Weird Buff has his now.
Yeah, it looks like this is the battle between the lines. The bigger shadow wins here, more or less. Both Babbles coming out. He's just holding the shield up as the shadow gets blocked. He's gonna look for the counter. Theta does fall, and Theta will able to be kept alive by the defense matrix as the pin goes down. Zappy gets fall, but Theta is the one to fall with that Discord on them. Harry does get the transcendence and comes back up. Weird Buff does fall. This could be a big turnable moment as both teams are down 5v5 with Gwizzy. Gwizzy's death basically cements it as Solo is able to get so many.
Oh yeah, Solo just M1W keyed them down and just was able to roll them out as their staggering Chief now.
Chief, you gotta just walk off the map, buddy. I don't know what Chief. Honestly, it probably would have been a good player.
Solo has another shatter, by the way.
Oh wow, that's a fast shot.
That was what, 10 seconds, I think.
Well,
he did get a 4K. Oh no, what is he doing?
Oh, Solo.
He's gonna get away with it too.
Solo kill or a Solo feed as Solo gets the shadow with the bomb. What a back shadow as right now Chimps is just starting to style on him.
Oh yeah, they honestly didn't even need the shot. They didn't even need the graph there, or not the graph, the Diva bomb.
Yeah,
they were able to just collapse on it, but they were able to just do it.
Yeah, going forward.
They used rally too. I didn't even realize that.
Looks like Zappy does have this grab. That's all Chimps have. Where did that go? What? Oh, it just went too far. But the counter grab from lower is big with the bomb, and MI7 is now finding the kills that they need.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if observation caught that, but it went right past all of the members of Chimps. I mean MI7.
Yeah.
And landed on the back wall.
Oh. Harry and Oates are just sort of standing in the background. Okay.
Yeah, a little odd. I mean, they're on this flank here, but they can push this front line hard as Zarya is staying back to kind of deal with them. This 4v5 up front is going very well for them. The shadow wasn't really even needed from Weird Buff, but still well appreciated for that kill feed.
Yeah, they're not moving the cart because of Oates and because of parries, so it's sort of counterintuitive. The Weird Buff used his shatter, but they're not getting any space. Sort of, Grizz used his rally too, so they got zero space from it. They did.
Yeah. Grizz actually does have rally with the changes. It stays at 0%.
Oh.
The counter pin, as Weird Buff's on the floor, beats get countered, double voice line, but the shadow is huge from Solo. We've been seeing this from him all night. He may be Solo, but he has 6 people on the ground, even though that was 5.
Yeah, and Chief just takes an executive decision just to go straight into the ground.
But this is where we did see MI7 start to manifest a hold here last time.
Yeah, and Chimp Club was able to break it. I wonder if MI7 will be able to break it as well.
Well, they definitely need to. The grab comes out, but the Transcendence counters it. The grab gets eaten. What a big eat by Oates. They really needed that to stay in this fight. Parry, the Transcendence falling low. Weird Buff is almost up to that shadow. And the shield's just breaking for Weird Buff. They need time.
Oh,
but they're almost out of it. Solo has the shadow. Oh, the shadow goes huge. Basket gets booped off. Weird Buff is dead. And this is not going well. Remember, Chimps did finish the map, so MI7, even if they want to have a chance, they need to finish.
Oh yeah, they've got 40 seconds to be able to get a fight when Weird Buff does have the shatter, so
they have a huge advantage.
They do have a huge advantage in ults, but how Solo has been able to just get shatters so often, I think it will probably be about the same. He'll get a shatter in about 15 seconds.
The bomb goes out. He's looking for the shadow. He throws it and is able to get the break, but no kills from the bomb as the Bubble is able to keep them up. Weird's shield's falling low. His lower getting caught out so low. Able to be kept alive. The grab comes out. And will they be able to survive? The shield gets broken, but no one's end up falling yet. Both sides still 6-on-6 pixel on cart. They're going ahead with the Transcendence. Basket has his own. He needs to pop it to keep his Ryan alive, and he does. And Weird Buff, but still falls through the Transcendence, but the grab is huge. It's not enough to keep him up. The bomb lower finding 2. It's 2 in each, but the beat is able to counter. They're able to keep up, but a 4-man shadow from Solo solidifies that this is Chimp's map. Weird Buff coming back on his lonesome is not going to mean anything. As Chimps go up in the series 2-0.
Yeah, solo being huge again in map two, just getting those getting those 5-man shatters almost every single time. I think he got one where he had less than 2 people, which is insane. Snappy steals it this time.
Yeah, we did see a lot of good plays from not only solo, but a lot of players in general. Like this second six-man shadow for solo. But I do think MI7 are definitely waking up compared to the first map. They had a much better performance here.
Oh yeah, they really did. They had a lot better performance on the second map rather than the first one. They were able to get a lot more team fights. The uh Weird Buff was still going in a little bit too far, not able to get away with it a lot, but they were able to take some team fights and actually win, which I really hope they're able to in map three.
Yeah, MI7 really needs to just muster the courage to come back after this break. Welcome back, everyone. After the break, we have Chimp Club versus MI7 Chimp Club going up a decisive 2-0 in the series so far.
Yeah, and I don't want to keep talking about it because it seems like it's getting stale, but Solo has been the player of the match so far, getting just absolutely MTDing Weird Buff, which if there's a little bit of a rumbling that Weird Buff might be swapping, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, regardless, I do want to remind our viewers that there are some quick changes to this GOATS format, as opposed to if you play just this composition on live. And that is these weird circles you see radiating from Bagheera and other players when it's one circle around any given player, it is her armor pack, which will give them the quick burst healing as she used to before the rework. And when you see a radiating pulse of yellow circles, that means that the Brigida's rally is live. And at the top, if you see the ult percentage stuck at 0 when the game has started, not right now, of course, that means that the Brigida does actually have the rally. It's just made so we can have the armor work as it did when Goats was originally played, not when Volvlock was made and the Brigida fixed.
Yeah, and I was correct with Sam is now playing the Reinhardt, and Weird
buff
Buff
on the
is on the Lucio, which maybe he can go away a little bit more with Lucio with that speed boost.
This positioning. We got some odd positioning here coming out from the Chimp Club, but the fight has already started as Solo gets pinned against the wall. Solo falls, Weird Buff falls as well. Except this time they're not on the Reinhardt, as they're able to keep this hold, but she falls out of the back. Pixel Master is deep in the backline, has that Harmony Orb on them. As Sam goes off the map with a whip shot, and this is going to be Chimp Club taking over the first fight.
Oh yeah, Weird Buff going back to his ways. Just went for a nice little boop, realized railing wasn't broken just yet, and wasn't able to get Zappy off the map.
And you know, that's a classic. If you don't go for the boop on Lucio, what are you doing? But it looks like there's going to flank attempt from Sam here. Gets countered charged by the Solo, excuse me. And Zappy finds a kill. And this is going to be a quick fight. Without that Reinhardt, there's not much they can really do. As Chimp Club just decides to bulldoze their way into a point A capture.
Oh yeah, there's nothing much that MI7 could do.
Sam's still in spawn.
Yeah, it's Solo's just W keying into their spawn right now.
Meanwhile, it looks like Sam and Basket are hiding on the flank, still inside. Very odd, as they could perhaps find Theta on the card alone.
Maybe.
Weepo finds Perry somehow in the middle of everyone. They've been found out. I think the Zen is now baiting people in. And it does not work as he gets whip shot, but he's in this room with 2 supports. This Lucio falling kind of low, but this is just some interesting play here from the new main tank for MI7. Yeah. Sam has both of them do fall.
This is how feeding goes.
I think this is just everyone step on cart time.
Yep.
Looks like we have some inaction.
Yeah. It's Oates was trying to make friends with people, but I guess they decided not to.
Oh, and the grab comes out as a quick turn. The bomb is so close that they're not going to be able to save him as Pixel Master does fall. The counter grab was big. Basket didn't use the transit. The 360 shadow goes wide as Solo is the one to actually find it instead. I do respect the attempt of the 360 shadow off the top rows, but Solo was ready for it.
Yep, Solo was very ready for it, able to hit a shatter of his own, and they still Chimp Club is just rolling with over 5 minutes going into point 3.
Yeah, Laura is definitely getting some good moments here. But the pin from Solo seals Sam's life as this is very hectic. Fights going on everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, there's just fights going on everywhere, which, I mean, this is GOATs in a nutshell, sort of. Not really, but same time, sort of.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of demoralization from MI7, but I think they can definitely pull it back here. They've had some good players. The rally comes out from Grizz. They're ready to go for a full team advance. A shadow comes through.
Oh.
It could have gotten blocked, but it looks like it didn't. It becomes through as Sam pings in, starts to charge. The grab is huge. As Sam already charged another shadow up, and he's gonna throw it. Is he gonna throw it? He's not gonna throw it. Grizz gets 3 though. What a big fight. As Chief denies a grab, but Zappy is actually getting a lot of kills trying to turn this. As they do squish Basket, kill Sam with a bomb. Is Oates being able to turn this on their own? It's just Azari and the Diva left alive, but the Lucio and Ryan are coming back. Loa is so low it falls down. But Chimp really just turned his Solo still in the back line with the Lucio all alone, finding Grizz. I can't believe that they're still on this. The shadow double knocks Sam to the ground. Transcendence kept them alive long enough. This is pandemonium going on. Sam looks at the shadow, gets bounced into the air, and absolutely melted before he can hit the ground. If the bomb does get thrown out, Solo blocks it with ease as its stationary basket falls. And we have everyone going solo, finally going back to the cart, and Chimp Club almost all 6 players around the cart area as MI7 is just getting pushed back into spawn.
Yeah, Grizz had a very good 3K, even though they say had gravity, they said a lot of things. But Oats was just able to turn it on themselves, getting a bomb kill and getting us squash on the basket. And they've just able to take control of it ever since.
Yeah, a beat from Pixel Master just to keep them in spawn as the cap does come through. Yeah, what a remake. I just want to come back to that play earlier with from Oats. Was able to kill not Solo. They were able to kill Sam with the bomb and then actually get a remake kill onto Basket. And just noting for everyone that the remake is different in this iteration. Instead of doing the total damage that could, one shot any squishy, it actually has reverted back to doing 25, but with intense knockback.
Yeah,
So that's
which
impressive.
if you have to be that low and you're taking a fight and you still get squished, that's got to be demoralizing for Basket right there.
I think it's definitely going to take Atlas to move MI7 to the goal line here. We do have a pause coming through. As it might have been a accidental disconnect, something like that. But anyway, going back in, what can MI7 do to pull this back?
Um, Hope that Perry stays on the Diva, I guess now, because now I guess he's switching over and Oats is going to the Zenyatta. But honestly, just sort of, obviously it's memeing. It's a lot of fun. This is a fun tournament, but it's gonna be tough for them to come back and try to win this. Hopefully they are able to get a team fight in, get some combos going like they did in King's Row, and just keep the momentum rolling.
It definitely seems like they put their all into King's Row, and to still not come on top is definitely can be hard on the mental. But in all days, this is all just for fun, as we see this first fight is going to commence with a huge drop down in the spawn hold attempt. Basket already falling. The pin able to get Theta, both wigs down. A very quick Oats on the Zen is going to fall soon enough, as then the advantage definitely falls on the side of Chimp Club.
Yeah, this a spawn hold in goats was actually very popular because you were able to get this first hold and then you could be able to get back by the time they got around the first corner. But no, not MI7. Wait, yeah, MI7 is able to take control of the payload and just get it around this first corner, hopefully the second one.
Yeah, I think MI7 definitely has a good chance of pushing this. That was a good neglect on that spawn hold. My apologies for saying Chimp Club on the fight. As the shadow from Solo does connect with Lee, Wood buff does fall down. Sam gets a counter charge. It's just not enough. Everyone is too low on that team. Solo does end up falling, but now Chimp Club managed to take it.
Yeah, they were able to get it around this first corner, which is very good. I know the amount of times that I get stuck as they just grab into spawn. But the amount of times they get stuck before bridge, it's insane, especially with that first hold. Now they just got to try to break the second hold, which is one of the tougher, I'd say this entire map is pretty tough, especially for goats, getting around the choke points.
Yeah, but Laura does have this grab. Oats is so incredibly low, but able to stay alive. Just barely. As Pixel Master. Oh. The grab does connect with 5 as the bomb goes over the top. Not able to connect with anyone. The Transcendence is able to counter from both sides. Bomb thrown up from Chief, not able to get anything. Shadow from Sam, not able to get much. And Pixel Master does counter with a few people who were shadowed. Sam goes for a charge, gets nothing with it. Lower does fall. Theta falling as well. This is even from both sides. Sam just swinging away. Pretty strong with Solo. The shadow from Solo gets blocked. Basket with the rally is able to keep them alive, but Weirbuff does still end up falling. Harry is able to just blast them up, but Solo is just swinging.
Solo has another shatter again. This is what
another shadow.
Didn't he just use it like 3 seconds ago? And now he has one again.
Weirbuff gets Oats and then falls
Perry
off the
is
map.
stuck on the boat.
Perry is stuck on the boat. Well, if Perry's able to, Perry can remake. I don't know if they're baiting. All right. Well, that's 3 people down for the side of Chimp. They're coming back, but this should be an opportunity. Yeah, definitely an opportunity at MI7. It's just Theta with the rally and solo. The rest of Chimp Club is coming back, but they can push aggro onto this as they are. Sam just swinging away the break up too far. The grab comes to the counter.
Oh,
Sam is able to block from most people. The counter shadow is pretty big from Sam as he pins solo. This is going to be MI7 getting huge advantage in this fight. Harry trying to stall, trying to go in as this cart is getting pushed further and further in. Laura with another grab. It's getting close, and there's going to be a revamp. And Sam just charges into the rest of the team. The counter charge does come out. The grab and swinging through. They do have control of cart, Chimp Club does, but they're coming without the rest of the team. They're not going to be able to hold it, as the bomb is only going to hold them for so long. Pixel Master, the last bastion on point, but still on the zero.
oh yeah, MI7 able to turn that around and get past the second corner. It's actually very good. It's very good for them to get around the second corner. You just got to sort of keep the momentum going and try to steamroll. Chief has the bomb and Weird Buff has the beat, so hopefully they're able to stay alive a little bit longer. And Basket does have the rally as well.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have a lot of ultimates here, despite investing a lot in the last fight. We're gonna have an up top fight. The Lucio is looking for the booth, but almost gets caught out. Doesn't end up. The bomb gets thrown into the back, and what a good pin from Sam. He's able to get huge kills with Chief's bomb, and that's going to be MI7 continuing to push this. I think they're finally hitting their stride here.
Oh yeah, Chief was able to throw that bomb just perfectly right through the window, be able to get to, while Sam was able to just pin in and get another one. Solo does have. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say this is gonna be the hardest fight yet.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Sam.
Oh, Sam goes through the bubble, blocks it as he does fall. The grab is big, but they're already over without the Reinhardt in it. And a Chimp Club is finally gonna come back in the fight.
Oh yeah, that was unfortunate for Sam. It just sort of pinning into the two Chimp Club's entire team. Solo did get a few with the grab, with the shatter, being able to kill Basket, and hopefully they return around with. But Zappy has the grab, so with the way that he's been playing, he's probably gonna get at least 4.
Yeah, Sam looking for the pin. Solo counter picks, big grab. Grizzly is able to get the transcendence just in time to keep it alive. Solo's still able to swing and get the ultimate charge through, but Sam's turn is now almost even on that ult charge. The bomb goes up and the pin goes wide, but it is able to pin Basket and boot Aura off the map. And Chimp Club is able to continue it now. Only a minute left on the clock as the Zen 1v1. Oates versus Grizzly. Oh, and Oates is able to take it away.
Yeah. They got about a minute left. Hopefully they're able to get it. Solo and Sam both have shatters again. Oh, Pixel's going for another boop, isn't he? And Solo's going for a flank shatter.
Solo looking for the flank shatter. This is the battle of the Reinhardts. Whoever comes out big here. As the grab comes through, it's big and the pin comes through, but oh, what a shadow! Can't even cancel Solo's shadow, and that is going to make a major distance as the transcendence does come out. And the grab comes out as well, but is not really needed. The solo duo beat from Zap and Pixel is definitely not enough to turn this fight, as now they are in control of the cart in overtime.
Yeah, I bet you Pixel's probably kicking himself right now, trying to say he should have saved that thing. He should have saved that beat for this final touch. About 5 seconds.
Has it.
Yeah, Weird Buff has the beat, and Grizz almost has the transcendence, whereas Oates doesn't even have that.
Yeah, this is going to be a big fight here. They need to use this beat to keep themselves up. There's no ultimate on their side, but Basket does fall. The rally comes out from the other side on Theta, and the grab is huge. And MI7 keep their lifeline in this map and in this series.
Oh yeah, they only had to use what, 3 ults? They use grab, beat, and rally. So it's not that bad. That's not that bad. You had to use 2 support ults to just be able to sort of control yourself, but now Solo has a shatter. Harry has the bomb.
Looking for the back charge. Oh, and Zappy barely manages to dodge it. But there is a big ultimate advantage here, but not for long. They're building up to that quick. The Shadow not able to get anything with the bomb in the backline. No one dies, but Grizzly had to use Transcendence. Now Zappy's about to have this grab. The Shadow gets lower onto the ground. The counter pin is not enough to keep lower up, as they're just getting pushed back. As 48 seconds left on the clock, and MI7 is just crumbling.
Yeah, they had a very good hold, but now Chip Club is being able to just retake it. Zappy has the grab here. It's sort of a
Data has
wraps.
another rally.
Oh yeah, he does. But yeah, Zappy has another grab. It's gonna be very difficult for MI7 to be able to fight this and win it.
Yeah, but the fight doesn't come out. The grab on the back. Laura does already fall, so does Basket. It's 18 seconds left on the clock. But
Oh,
Chief with a huge double kill on the bomb, and Weird Buff able to come back to beat may not be enough, as it's a last ditch effort from MI7 as the Reinhardt charges the brig. They need to keep everyone up. This is it. This is do or die. The bomb comes up from Harry as the remakers cancel Theta in the backline, and MI7 stay alive for just a little bit longer, but this overtime is deadly.
oh yeah. Solo Solo's got to be big here with the Shatter. He's been big this entire match so far. It's one of the best choke points.
This all comes
Oh,
down to it. And the solo beat from Weirbuff in the backline, his front line needed it. The Transcendence comes out from Oates, but the grab is huge. They're not enough. Sam's not there. They don't have the damage. They're trying desperately, clawing, grabbing back and forth. Laura trying their best to keep everyone up and keeping the damage pumping out, but Glizzy and Weirbuff both falling as the grab comes out onto Laura. As the latch ditch effort, MI7 Basket with the rally falls on the cart as Chimp Club win the series 3-0.
yeah. Solo was just able to basically MTD every single main take that he put out there. He was proving himself on every single map. Laura actually gets to play the game here.
Laura did a lot of work, specifically on MI7's attack here.
Oh yeah.
I think these last few fights were definitely on them.
Oh yeah, the big grab, being able to get at least 4 in there, and sort of just carried the overtime. Was able to turn it there with the big grab.
I do want to point out, we didn't mention it as it happened, but somehow throughout the workshop code, Theta on the Brigitte was able to get a normal current live rally equal to the one on the live servers. It was just an odd thing I'd like to mention. Uh,
Yeah.
but regardless, what a match. We'll have an interview coming with you after this break. Thanks for watching, and make sure to come back for the interview. Welcome back, everyone. We have, after the GOATS matchup from Chimp Club versus MI7, which of course ended in a 3-0 victory for Chimp Club, I have here with my casting partner, I have Solo here, the main tank for the Chimp Club. How are you
Hello,
doing?
hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. What a great match. How are you feeling after that?
Feeling pretty pumped. I know we did a little bit of trolling. The last map was a little bit weird. The other team inted more than we expected. The guest appearance from Sam on the Reinhardt threw me off, but it's a win nonetheless.
Yeah, it feels, I'm glad that feels good. Karma, would you like to ask the first question?
Yeah. Obviously you dominated basically every single map. Uh with that after that first shatter on Legion Gardens, did you have a feeling it was going to be like that the entire game, or was it just like that one time thing?
Listen, with Ryan, it's all about the confidence. You got to show up with the swagger. So after that first one, just like you said, I knew it was in the bag. Like you can't like to start the series off like that. A ruined his mental and just made me so much more confident. So.
Glad to hear that. That's definitely how it goes, and Reinhardt's ego is a very important thing. But on the other side of the coin, going into this matchup, or maybe during the match, were there any players on the enemy team who you felt did very well, or you were afraid of?
Not really. I mean, we kind of put the whole team in a box, if you will. With the discords from Perry the Penis, we kind of just focused those targets down, and the entire team got cut. So.
Yeah, it was a very good performance out there. And now looking forward of this match, how is there any team that you specifically would like to face in this tournament?
I have an old teammate on one of the on one of them. Dorit. I don't know if he's gonna win or not, but I'd like to hope he will. Yeah, Hiriath, yeah. It's
Yeah,
Oh,
their main support Dorito, I guess.
yeah, the match definitely. We currently don't have any results for the other matches. They could still be going on.
Yeah. God
Uh,
damn it!
I just, I don't know if they could hear, but all right. We do have results for Linemath versus Hirath. Excuse me, Hirath versus the Linemouth, and Linemouth ended up taking it 3-0. So as we're asking, Solo, his former teammate Dorito, the main support, was unfortunately knocked out of the tournament. But moving forward, oh
What
yes,
is a
there's a
losers
losers
bracket?
bracket.
I don't know if I don't
Apologies.
I don't know if we're gonna get knocked down to there, but maybe we'll see him in finals. Who knows?
I love the confidence. Love the confidence. And going forward, you mentioned it earlier that switch up with Sam onto Reinhardt instead of Weird Buff. Did that impact you in any way of how you had to play?
I mean, he plays a little bit like a weirdo. He just pins in at random times. I know there was one fight where he was just chilling in our backline. So it's kind of boring having to sit on the payload for most of that Rialto game. But no, not really. I mean, after he pinned me off the start, and then the second fight, he went on the flank, and then I countercharged him. It's kind of simple.
Yeah, glad to hear. Karma, do you have any more questions?
um, not really. I sort of want to ask you about Zappy because
Uh-oh.
going back to Lee Jong. Obviously, you die first on Control Center. Zappy carries. It's sort of like a two-man show with you guys. How did you guys be or were able to build up that synergy throughout the entire match?
Oh well, Zappy and I go back further than just Chimp Club. I met him probably about like 3 years ago. But well, yeah, about that. We were on a team called One Clip. So since then we kind of took a little break for about a year, and then recently we've gotten back on Chimp Club. We played in 2 seasons of GGNA, so synergy kind of just built up from there. I mean, Goats is one thing. Let me tell you though, his Zari is a lot like his Mei in the sense that he keeps on getting his ults eaten. It's really weird.
Hey, I think you only got it in once, so
No,
it's
I think it
It
was
was a few
twice.
times.
oh, it's a few
Yeah,
times. Oh,
But regardless, we could definitely tell that synergy between you and Zappy as
yeah.
you guys were, while you were the main shows in the kill feed, you felt like you had a lot of good supporting cast behind you.
Oh,
How would
I
you
went.
feel about it?
Oh my god, my team is too good when it comes to supporting me. Although the code's a little bit weird and I would have like 400 HP at times, and I'd had to play a little bit differently then. But other than that, I would just get kept alive, and then even if I did die, Zappy would be high charge. We pocket him instead, and then win the fight from there. So
Glad to hear it. Well, once again, congratulations on your match and moving forward in the tournament. And maybe there's a chance that you could see MI7 again later in the tournament, though
Yeah.
you doubt it.
I seriously doubt it. I mean, they if I haven't played this game since like Monday, so if I can come out swinging against a team like that, who knows what I'll be able to do when I play more.
Regardless,
Oh,
once
no.
again, congratulations on winning and thank you for doing the interview.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, Carmen, do you have any more closing thoughts on this match?
Do you want to go to player of the match? Because I think we both are in. While he's here, we might as well say it.
Of course. I think definitely the matchup was in your favor and pulling a lot of not just big earth shatters, but also just overall consistency and strength to your team. I would have to give player of the match to Solo.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I'm flattered, you guys. Thank you. Add it to my accolades, you know?
Add it to
Of
the
course.
accolades. Add it to the Twitter bio.
Yeah, you know.
He's starting to build up a super level resume. But anyway, I think while it did end in 3-0, it was a very nice match to watch, especially Kings Row. I probably got a little bit funky on Rialto, but it's Overwatch. We're playing video games. We're here to have fun.
Yeah.
Regardless, thank my casting partner Karma for being with me. And of course, I'll let you get some closing thoughts as well.
Goats is fun. I wish I was playing it again. Makes me want to play it, but I so do not want to. It was fun to watch.
All right. And that has been Mob and Karma in the first round of the Zero Day Hero GOAT tournament. Thanks for watching and see you all in the next match.
Peace.